My net worth went up over $200,000 in a relatively short amount of time. So in this video, I'm going to tell you my net worth and a bit of my personal financial journey and a decision I made that literally everybody says not to do. When I first started working, I was 17 years old. I was pretty good at saving money. I was living at home, didn't have a whole lot of expenses, and I was working part-time. I remember saving up to $1,000 and I could not believe it.
I don't believe it!
Once I hit $1,000, I didn't let my checking account go below that, and I would keep saving and saving and saving. I also started doing a bit of video production work on the side, and that was making like a couple $1,000s a year. So at this point, I have between $1,000 and $5,000 in net worth. A few years later, I went full-time at that job, and they had a 4% retirement match. I also continued doing work on the side, making a few $1,000s a year. And at this point, I think I bought my car for $8,000, and I paid it all in cash that I had saved up. And I met with a financial advisor who taught me about net worth. And I remember it being about $20,000 at this point. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 24. I am working full-time, putting money into my retirement account, and I am working a ton, probably 50, 60 hours a week, because I'm also doing more and more work on the side, building up my video production business. I kept my expenses as low as possible. It got to a point where I had $40,000 in cash, and there was about $23,000 in my retirement account, and then the car was probably worth like $5,000. So it was about $70,000 in net worth. That's between ages 24 to 26. I was getting so excited because I was getting close to that $100,000 mark. So at this point, I had so much cash that I felt like the next step for me was to try and buy a house. So the housing market bottomed out in like 2011, and ever since it's been creeping up and up and up and up. In 2017, I really thought it was the top of the market, and home prices were going up like crazy, I thought. I shopped around for 8 to 10 months, looking at houses, putting in offers, trying to get a good deal and getting denied. So what I decided to do was pull about $10,000 out of my retirement account.
Please, no! 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 No!
Pulling money out of your retirement account is probably the biggest financial no-no that you could make. I wanted to keep my monthly costs as low as possible. The house I was looking at was valued at about $200,000. So I needed to put down $40,000, which was all the cash I had, so that I wouldn't have to pay mortgage insurance. It ended up being a little bit of a disaster because when you pull money out of your retirement account early, it's taxed as if it's income. So on my taxes, I made $10,000 more, which put me into another tax bracket. So then I ended up owing more taxes than normal. And on top of, I was making money on the side of my job. I owed $5,000 in taxes that year. It did make my monthly payment as low as possible. So the money I was saving, the idea was to then put a lot more money back into my retirement account to get my retirement account back up. I actually overpaid for the house by like $10,000. My net worth actually went down a little bit. So it kind of went up to like $80,000 and then settled back down to $70,000. And this is in 2017. In 2018, I decided to go full-time into my video production business. I wasn't making a ton of money, and I wasn't really able to save money or put money into my retirement account like I had hoped. In March 2020, my net worth eventually hit $100,000. So the value of the house had gone up just a little bit. I finally hit that goal of $100,000, and I was really, really excited about that. Then something absolutely insane happened. The world got hit by a global pandemic, and the value of homes skyrocketed. In June 2021, my net worth hit $200,000 because the value of my house went up $100,000. It took me 12 years of working to get my net worth to be $100,000, and then in 15 months, I hit $200,000. I got married in October, and the value of the house continued to go up and up and up. So in May 2022, our net worth hit $300,000. That's only 11 months to go from $200,000 to $300,000. So in 2017, when I was buying my house, I thought I was buying at the top of the market and I was terrified. It's insane to me that it was like the perfect time to buy, and now my house is worth almost twice as much as what I bought it at. In the last year or so, our net worth hasn't really changed much. The value of the house has come down a little bit. We've been able to save a little bit more. So it's kind of just stayed steady in the $300,000 range. So it took me 12 years to get to $100,000, and then it took just a little over 2 years to get to $300,000. It's pretty cool. This doesn't give you the perfect picture of somebody's financial health. I just find it really fun to calculate it every year and watch it grow. And the point of this was just to paint the picture how it can happen, where you just start saving up money, being good about that, and then investing that money, putting it in the right places so that it'll grow over time. You guys can let me know in the comments if I made the worst decision of my life by pulling money out of my retirement account or not. We'll see over the next 35 years how that all pans out. But appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.